Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ethan Wallace with Wallace Home Realty at Keller Williams in Charlotte, North Carolina, and today we're making video number 4 of our buyer series. And today we're actually taking a deeper dive into our last video, which we sort of went over some of the cost and everything else associated with how much you should budget. So today we're going to talk about closing cost and down payment. Let's go ahead and talk about the down payment a little bit. So with the down payment, there's actually different sorts of loans out there. And for example, you have an FHA loan that's going to be about 3.5% down. You have conventional. Now this can be 5%, 10%, 20%, or even more. And you have a VA loan that's actually 0% down, and there's so many more out there to choose from. You have construction loans and so on and so on. Let's take a 5% conventional loan, for example. So let's say you're buying a house and it's $200,000. If you're putting 5% down, that's $10,000. It's that simple. So let's go over closing costs. Closing costs can be a lot of different things. For example, we have prorated taxes and utilities. You have title insurance, lender's fees, and homeowners insurance as well. So let's take a deeper dive into what prorated taxes are. So prorated taxes are when on the date that you settle on the house. So for example, let's say you close on the 15th and the seller's going to pay up until the time that they live there, and you're going to pay at closing the remaining days up until the end of that month or that year. And that's also for the utilities as well. So let's touch on title insurance. Title insurance is required if you're getting a mortgage for a home. And title insurance actually protects the lender, and then it will also protect you, and it protects your ownership of the property, just in case someone, say from the past, tries to come back and say the property is theirs. That title insurance policy, that's what it's there for, to protect you, to make sure that it shows that you own the property and they don't own the property. So the third closing cost is lender fees, and lender fees is what you'll pay to the company that prepares all the financial documents for closing and gets you the house. And with the last one being homeowners insurance, this will be something that typically you'll pay at closing, and you'll usually pay for about a year in advance or for that year for your homeowner insurance premium. So that's what that last closing cost is. So let's go back to the example I gave at the beginning where we talked about the example regarding the $200,000 purchase price with a 5% down payment being $10,000. Let's say the range of your other closing costs is going to be about $8,000. Then we can actually negotiate this with the seller, and it's one of those things that we can do where we can ask the seller if they would be willing to pay your closing costs for you or pay a portion of those closing costs. And this way it takes a big financial burden off of you, and you only have to worry about paying the down payment. And you can offset this by doing you can offset this by doing a higher purchase price. Say you wanted, the purchase price was $200,000, and you say you got the $8,000 in there. You want to offer $208,000 to offset that, so the seller is actually still walking away with $200,000. But that $8,000 that you put over, you just tell them to include that in the settlement cost, and that way it benefits you and it also benefits the seller. So in the next video, we're actually going to be going over the offer, and this is a very exciting time and also a very stressful time because we have to get all the terms in order, and it's one of the hardest parts of coming to a deal with the seller and negotiating out all those terms. And this is where your realtor really comes into play and helps you out. So we're going to go through some of those and actually find out if a seller concession is right for you moving forward. So feel free to like this video or share it and with any friends, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Thank you.